I just need to come on here and talk about, because I feel so many things. I feel like I could cry, but I'm not necessarily upset either. So I just hopped off my first interview ever for a potential job in this world of high ticket sales. And obviously I don't have very specific high ticket sales experience. I don't have experience working on a team. And that's ultimately what led to her not going with me. And I totally understand, because it's not necessarily just about, she also has to consider what their company is going through, which they're going through a really big transitional period right now. They're very, very much restructuring everything. And because of that, she doesn't have the capacity to be teaching me these specifically a CRM, which is basically a hub, a platform where all of these inbound leads come from. And it's a part of the funnel process that I don't understand. I've heard that word like once or twice. So when she asked me about it, I was like, shit, I don't really know what she's talking about. And I was very transparent. I was like, can you tell me what that is, And I was like, okay, no, I haven't had specific training on that. But now I know, and now I'm definitely gonna look into it. But yeah, so I think emotional in the sense, because it's like, I think my fear is that I don't have experience. And so like, why would someone hire me if they're gonna have to fucking train me, But I also understand that I learn very well being hands-on. And so I very much need to leverage that, in my conversations with people is, yes, it's going to take some energy to train me, but that's not a crazy thing to expect from a team that's hiring on anyone new. Regardless if I had experience or not, there's still a training process that comes with that, because everyone's system is a little bit different. And so literally she actually trains people. She loves training people, but because they're in this transitional period, it's too chaotic right now to pull someone in that doesn't have that experience. She doesn't have the capacity to be training me. And so I totally understand that. But I will say I feel emotional, because I think that that's like my greatest fear, is that someone like won't take a chance on me, because I've never worked on a team, because I don't know what I'm doing yet. But I know what I'm capable of, and I know that I'm really fucking smart. And I also still have support outside of just you. Although you would have, in some capacity, need to train me, I still have, ongoing mentorships and people that I can reach out to for support. And so I very much understand her decision. And I agree. Honestly, I don't want to enter a team when they're in the midst of a big transition. I don't want to. I want to be able to walk in to a well-oiled machine and be taught how to play my role, and then begin to add value. And that's the biggest thing that this, interview taught me, was being so fucking for real about where I'm at in my journey, owning where I'm at in my journey. I don't have experience, but knowing what I'm capable of, and knowing that investing in me is going to come back to you tenfold, And, she believes in me. She loves me. So it was a great interview. She told me to check back in with her mid-July, since they're kind of just changing a lot of things in their system. But she's like, I would love to work with you. I was very impressed with your email, blah, blah, blah. And so, I think that I'm on the right track. And that feels really, really reassuring. But I am emotional. And I think it's just because I know I'm a beginner at this, and I hate being a beginner at things. I hate like not having experience. Like, I can't come to an interview and be like, yeah, so here's my close rate, here's everything that I've done, because I haven't done anything yet. And I mean, I hear so many people constantly complaining about that when looking for work, not just in this space, in general, of like, you know, well, how the fuck am I supposed to get experience if no one gives me experience? And like, I don't want to have that mindset, because I know that there's a team out there. I know that there's someone out there who would be so happy to teach me, because they see what I'm capable of. And that's just my job. That is my job, to believe in that, to get that across to people when I'm communicating with them. I feel as though on this call I didn't articulate myself perfectly, but energetically, like, that's the biggest takeaway from this, is like, seriously, I really believe that I can land a job if I am just myself. I just need to be myself. I just need to be confident in my experience and lack of experience. I need to be confident in the resources that I have access to. You know, I am still a part of this academy. I do still have mentorships. Like, I really am in a great position for someone to hire me. It really is. And I said this before going even into this interview. I was like, I'm quite confident in how I show up. It's just a matter of if it's a right fit or not. And in this circumstance, it wasn't a right fit. And I literally, she literally was like, just to be transparent, like, it sucks because I really like you, but you don't have the experience that I need right now because of everything else that we're navigating. She needs to put her time and energy into like really tightening things up in their system. And so that makes sense for both of us. Like, I think I would be overwhelmed walking into that kind of environment if this is my first gig ever, my first job ever, So like, truthfully, I think that this is all for the best. And, facing rejection always hits a little bit. I felt emotional on the call, and I told her, I was like, yeah, of course there's a part of me that's upset. Like, damn, I didn't get the job, but I also am very understanding of where I'm at in this journey, truthfully, where I'm actually at right now, and where you're at, and that's not going to work. And so I respect the decision. I understand the decision, and it is what's best for me as well as you. Like, I agree. And so, yeah, I think just the sad part is the search continues, I definitely feel resilient enough to bounce back from this. And I want to keep searching for my job, Things have been flowing. I can tell opportunities are coming my way. I trust that there is a team out there that would love and be happy to have me. It's just so interesting how I feel right now. Because I feel there's a part of me that literally I feel so grateful. I'm like, wow, like, I'm so proud of myself. That was my first interview. She, gave me a lot of great information that now I have even more direction of things that I know are my weak points and things that I need to be researching on my own, and all these things that I don't have experience with that I can be proactive about. So there's that I'm like, this is helping me. This is helping me become a better candidate already, And I'm grateful that she didn't pull me into that, because she could have, and then I would have been like, chaos. Would I have been able to adapt? Probably. But it would have been overwhelming. And so ultimately I'm grateful. But I still am a human, and I still experience pain, and it doesn't feel good to be rejected in a sense. So of course there's a part of me that feels like a little baby that just wants to cry, So it's interesting experiencing both in my body right now, where I'm like, I'm on the right path, things are working out. I still believe that, and also being like the victim and being like, my feelings are hurt, But I loved that conversation. I loved that interview. I loved how transparent I was with her. I loved how transparent she was with me. That was great. And I think it's good if I take a break. I need to eat food. That's what I've got for you. I have been in this program for 5 weeks. I've seen people land a job in 3 weeks, 4 weeks. The average is 30 to 60 days. And I'm 5 weeks in. So that's 5 times, so that's 35 days. I still think I can land a job before 60 days for sure. And this is a part of the process. But I'm not going to feel defeated by it. I do ultimately feel motivated, but I also feel happy that this is my day off just so I can like process and chill and cry and then move forward. Because this is a part of the process. Like, what I think I was just going to land an interview and get the job right away. I mean, sometimes things work out like that for me. But I trust. I trust God. I trust my path. I trust my timing. Like, as much as I want a job, I don't want just any job. I want to work on the team that I'm meant to work with. And that wasn't it. So we move forward. And we're going to continue to find a team that I'm meant to work with. This video is about rejection. And as Bren says, rejection is divine protection. And I do believe that. And we move on. We keep moving. Because a no is not the end of a path. It's really just the beginning. So I'll keep y'all updated, man. This is definitely helping me build a lot of resilience, which is what I've been wanting. And I'm gonna get a job, you guys. Like, don't worry about it. I'm gonna get a job.